Hello everybody, welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is session 165. And things are kind of hot. I love how you guys went into a stealth mission, walked into a space and was like, "Oh, we hear heavy breathing," and you were like, "Let's go fuck with that."
Let's go say hello.
We had to go east.
So,
look, we like to make friends. I don't know what you want from us.
That's true. You're just a very friendly bunch. Absolutely.
East was the way to go.
Sometimes, sometimes the best way to get to a place is not as the crow flies, Jay. Just saying.
I'll fly your crow.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. All right. Let's go ahead and kick tonight's episode off with a little bit of a recap. Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, on the 10th level of Undermountain, the party prepared to enter the ancient temple complex of Obsidia, now known as Mural's Gauntlet. Their goal was to sneak through the dominion of the Misshapen One to the eastern fringes of Avrindar territory, where they would engage the Drow in an attempt to free Dirzana Freth and her companion Arachnophane before escaping. The party got started with Ezrah having cast Detect Magic and Bones with his Wand of Enemy Detection taking point. They stepped into a grandiose two-story chamber covered in drow iconography and teeny tiny spiders of myriad colors. They moved eastward, past an ominous statue depicting Lolth in her Drider form that held a brilliantly faceted gemstone which Matashtai recognized as the Eye of the Spider. Moving forward, they narrowly avoided an encounter before heading down to the first floor of this space. Bones had detected some sort of hostile creatures here, and Ashes smelled the stench of death. So the party skirted the area and headed further east. Their journey brought them through perfectly shaped obsidian hallways, the walls filled with drow figures in fluid motion. The next chamber held a beautiful statue of the goddess Halaster dancing, lit by moonlight that came from nowhere. As the party fanned out, Zaran and Ashes approached the statue. The wearer noticed the statue appeared as if it should be holding something, and after confirming with Zaran, Ashes placed Zalara in the goddess's hands. The statue began to dance slowly, but with fluid grace, and upon finishing, the lesser deity of moonlight pointed Zalara at Ashes, granting her blessing to the agent of the actual moon goddess. After this brief reprieve, the party moved on, heading further eastward. They entered a truly massive hall, an ancient fest hall or ballroom or something of that nature. A path led north, but the party needed to go east. But Bones could hear the breathing of some large creature coming from that direction. The party decided to risk the encounter, and Matashtai took to the ceiling as the party fanned out. They stuck forward, Ashes in the center of the chamber to draw attention should something go awry. And indeed it did, as out of the darkness sailed two huge boulders. Matashtai rocketed down from the ceiling, kicking one of the projectiles off its trajectory. At the same time, Bones rushed to aid Ashes, but the Tabaxi was only able to turn the second boulder into a glancing blow. After the sudden attack, the party rushed into the darkness to find two massive, mutated drow. Seeing no other recourse, they attacked in earnest. And though it seemed like they would be more than a match for these mutants, every moment their fight continued was another chance for unwanted attention to turn their way. And that is where we fade back into the scene. So, gonna go ahead immediately to the battle map. It's gonna take a second, though, because we are back to crashing times.
Excellent.
Time.
We had like a
crash.
2-week period where it wasn't really happening, and then it started happening again. So, all right. We're gonna kick back over to battle music. We have, as a brief recap, Matashtai and Ezrah have engaged the northern mutated drow. It has armed itself with a massive candelabra and is swinging about itself left and right, smashing into the ground around the two agile fighters. It's relatively dangerous, but it's also very unguarded. It's very easy to hit these creatures. But they are incredibly massive and very, very healthy. Ashes rushes to engage the southern one as Bones, Ezrah, and Mossy move up to figure out what they're going to do in this fight as well. So, Bones, you already engaged the northern one with your throwing daggers, right?
I've done been whipping dags.
You whipping dags. He whips his dags back and forth. All right, awesome, fantastic. You got your hand raised, Mitch?
Every day.
I didn't get moved. I'm still on the main screen.
I haven't moved anyone yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was giving that recap as I was trying to move you, and then your hand raising paused my forward momentum. So, all right, we've got a turn order back on. I'm gonna click that. We are back at the top of the turn. This is the second turn, and this is a reminder because I'm trying to be very transparent with the mechanics that are going on right now. You guys are on a stealth mission through the very dangerous territory known as Mural's Gauntlet. Every turn that you are engaged in battle is a turn that you might draw unwanted attention. Every turn, at the end of every turn, you will roll a d20. And from there, if you get a 1, some bad shit's gonna happen. If you get a 5 or less, then that adds to the situations tracker, basically. Like, that ramps up the chance of bad things happening as things are potentially alerted throughout the dungeon around you. So not a...
Do we just bail, guys? Like, do we just leave?
Do you think they won't either follow us or make more noise and alert other people?
Do these strike anyone as normal drow things or crazy Muriel things?
Well, here's the thing, right? If we run, like, these things probably aren't just gonna give up and just be like, all right, back to just being over here in our corner quiet. Like,
well, I mean, maybe they only chase you so far, but even if they chase you for a few turns, maybe that's a few turns too many. But it depends, right? If you guys are 13th level adventurers, you got a lot of tools at your hands. You can figure it out. So if you guys want to start yelling ideas back and forth to each other during this time period, you are more than welcome to. In the meantime, however, Matashtai, you're up.
Okay. I commence the swanging.
All right. Commensurate it.
Swang.
He swang. Yeah, 28 hits.
I'm gonna attempt to stun this guy.
Sure. Okay. That is 9 piercing damage. This thing has a +9. No. Very robust, physically fit. Well, maybe not even physically fit. Physically fit might be a bad descriptor, right? But these things are just massive, right? 20 hits.
Okay. Did. And then
Another 14 damage. Damn.
I kick him in his giant mutated kneecap.
You have to like full on high kick, maybe even like jump kick to reach his kneecap.
I do so.
Can do.
Fucking yeah, Ismonk can do another 13 damage. So Matashtai just begins to launch into a rapid succession of blows, stabbing, kicking, punching into the side of this hulking creature. And you can see you're hurting it. It groans. Its reactions, it's so big, right, that even its reactions seem delayed, right? Like, you stab it the first time, and then as you're kicking it the final time, it's responding to the initial stabbing, right? Basically. So all of its reactions are kind of like delayed on response. Anything else for your turn?
No. That is all I can do.
Sounds like a plan. Zaran is going to take your lead, or follow your lead, and he's going to try to flank this creature. As he does, though, he comes to the realization that this thing is so big that the two of you can't flank it on your own. You would need more people, basically. So he's just going to continue to try to wail on this thing. So he will use his Shadow Summoner twice. Another 24 damage. Just basically like poof, bamps into the air next to the side of the creature and rapid cuts as he goes down. And that is Zaran's turn. And it's Bones. Back to Bones.
Back to Bones.
Back to Bones. Back to back to back to Bones.
Okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because I couldn't see the other wall. And I'm going to shout at Zaran. Are these Avrindar?
He looks back at you and he kind of like trying to control how loud he's speaking, but realizing like these things are throwing boulders and smashing the ground. He like at first is like, hey, I don't know what the fuck these things are. Just kill them.
Oh, we're killing. Okay. All right. I will whip dags back and forth.
Whipping dags back and forth.
Whip them dags back and forth.
22, I assume hits.
22 hits. Yeah, Deps.
And
Definitely.
Offhand, sharpshooter, wind spike. 26.
Yeah, that hits.
13.
So that was Serpent's Fang and Wind Spike, both hurtled through the air. Serpent's Fang takes this thing in the throat, and then vanishes a second later, reappearing on you. And you can see like blood kind of like starting to spill out, and then it gets mixed with some like greenish looking liquid that also spills out from the wound. And then Wind Spike takes it in the chest, and it roars, but it's still on its feet. Anything else for your turn?
That's all I can do. Well, I'm gonna shout. Should we consider leaving? Or maybe we should go.
And any responses immediately to that? Yeah, you guys are free to bark.
I say, I don't think that's
going
to make this quieter.
Okay.
Matashtai is over there, high kicking, jumping, swinging under a fucking candelabra. I don't think that's gonna make this quieter. There's this resounding like as the fucking the drow smashes the candelabra down next to Matashtai right after he says that.
God damn it.
Ashes, you're up.
Well, I mean, this is fight or flight, right? So we're fighting.
Yes.
That was my vote. I am one person, though.
Yeah, everyone is free to make decisions. Yeah.
One of the lyrics of the song. All right, fuck it.
The lyrics to the screamy, talky song.
I am a happy, very, very, very
Yeah,
happy
right. They're just
person.
super pleasant, very positive lyrics.
Reminds me of Sin's theme from Final Fantasy X.
It does, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You give up on it. All right. I attack.
Well, that's not Sin's theme. That's the Xanarkin.
Oh yeah, no, well, 25.
Yeah, 25 absolutely hits. I'll just say it at this point. They have a AC of 13. You guys are very proficient adventurers. Wow. These things are huge and wearing no armor, and they're not slow, right? But they're big, which means they're kind of slow, right? So like, oof. Please confirm that. Oh, did not confirm that critical. How dare you not confirm that critical? Okay.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Okay. 20 hits.
All right, unless they have any
7,
resistances. That's
19.
going to be.
I mean, all the damage. I'm doing it as you go. All of this damage is accurate damage, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, we're good. So you rush over, and this thing. This one has not armed itself. You do see a candelabra back behind it, leaning against the wall, right? But it kind of like, it tries to put a hand out to shove you away as you approach, and you basically just spin, slash across the wrist, and start cutting up the length of the arm as it kind of like tries to shove you away from it.
Okay, in turn.
All right. The massive mutated drow fighting against Matashtai and Zoran is going to do exactly what it did last time. These are not, they're not stupid creatures, but they do not have an agenda outside of Smash. So this one is going to try to bring its chandelier down on top of Matashtai.
Yeah, that hits.
Why is it always you?
You tell me, Jeremy.
It's because I hate you.
44 damage. Okay.
Truly, because I hate you. Also, I can't see your bars.
Just uncanny dodge. It's fine.
I have taken... Why does my health keep going back up when I change it?
I don't know. Go ahead and change it.
Okay.
I think your token is messed up for me. I'm gonna drop you a new token real quick to see if it updates properly.
I've taken 80 points of damage so far.
Okay. Does that token have your correct health?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You have 22 initiative right now. Please go ahead and select that token and roll for initiative, and we'll correct it in the initiative, the turn tracker.
Okay.
Roll20's been doing some weird token things the last couple sessions, so we're just kind of spot checking them as we go, you know. So okay, 22 puts you up here at first. Awesome. Okay, so this thing, right, like you and Zoran are dancing around this thing's legs. It's swinging back and forth, smashing, doing these massive squeaking arcs, trying to catch these two flies, these two gnats buzzing around it, stabbing and beating and slashing it, right? And you're quick. You're very quick on your feet, but all it takes is getting hit by this thing once or twice to really feel it, and it catches you off of a backswing. Your foot kind of like slips under some of the debris that you land on, and it catches you. It's like a quarter of a second. You need to like right yourself and be back to defending, and that's all it takes for the thing to come through and clothesline you. And so you take a massive chunk of damage. And then on the backswing, this thing is going to try to clobber Zoran. 25 will absolutely hit. It's another 19 damage that he is going to uncanny dodge down to 9 damage. So that is that. And Mossy is up.
Okay. 5, 10 through the pillar.
Okay, we have reached the ultimate curse of Mossy. Mossy's a goddamn blender, but Mossy's slow as fuck compared to all the rest of you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We gotta find Mossy some like boots of quickness or something like that.
No, we don't.
Three boots of quickness? That'd be great.
Yeah, we do.
Wait, didn't we find a single boot of speed somewhere?
Multi dash 5, 10, 15.
I think
20.
you guys found something. I can't remember if it was a boot of speed, but I think it was a boot of something somewhere. Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah, we found like a single boot of something, and then I have a pair of boots of speed
Oh, look at that.
to make the boy quick.
Could be interesting. Okay, Mossy glides through the earth, trying to engage this other drow as best it can. Ezra, you're up. Battle is engaged. It continues to ring down around you. Just a horrid, cacophonous affair. The drow to the north does look severely injured, right? Like, it's this massive creature. You can't see that far, actually, can you? You can't see it, yeah, so never mind. Could you see it before where you were?
No.
Okay, then it's out of your field of view. But you can hear your allies engaged.
Would I have heard that one being... Like, would I have heard and seen that being the focus?
You know that you saw Bones attacking it, and you know
Okay.
Matashtai and Zoran are up there. Whereas Ashes has just now engaged the southern one. So if you're trying to do a focus fire strategy,
yeah,
more than welcome to. Yeah, because I was describing things after you already kind of like poked out. There's definitely been more attention given to the northern one than there has been to the southern one.
I definitely was missing that point. So I'm just going to take like a 10 step forward and do that. Does a 13 hit with a firebolt?
13 is their AC. you cheeky little motherfucker. Yeah, okay, so between Zoran and Matashtai and the daggers coming from Bones, right? Matashtai in these last few moments gets clotheslined right by a huge sweeping strike of this candelabra that goes all the way around and clips Zoran. But as this bloodied, giant, basically is what this thing is, swings around, it kind of like lists on one leg, and you can see that leg is really shaky from the multiple like stabs and cuts and breaks that Matashtai has already kind of inflicted on it. And you hear this kind of like crack, and the thing goes down to one knee, but you see it's about to get back up and keep wailing on everyone as this bolt of fire streaks out of the darkness, strikes it in one eye, and it doesn't even bellow or anything like that. The bolt of fire goes straight through to the brain and just kills it, and it collapses.
Jesus, that's dark.
Through the brain.
Through the brain.
Look,
Brain shot.
I feel like that's perfectly in line with the descriptions that I normally give, so, it'd be what it be. All right, Ezra, anything else for your turn?
I shift back behind the column. And
It's like, please don't boulder me, daddy.
Exactly.
Hit me with that doo-doo.
All right. The drow that Ashes and Mossy have engaged with reaches back behind it, grabs the kind of like lopsided, dented. You can see this thing's been used as a bludgeoning weapon before. It's a candelabra again, this massive bronzed candelabra, and is gonna swing at Ashes first. So normal Ashes. Oh my goodness! Wow.
14 misses.
Mitch, I want to take a
roll
moment.
that at me just
I want to
once?
take a moment to apologize to you, because I don't know what the fuck is up with Roll20's goddamn dice system, but it fucking
fucked up
hates
shit, man.
your ass. It fucking hates you. I roll like garbage against half the rest of the party, but you I hit every fucking time. Like, here. In secret, this is going against Ashes again. But I'm going to say loudly, hopefully so that Roll20 hears me, that this is going to Matashtai.
He can read your mind.
No, actually, yeah.
Yes,
No, it knows you weren't
it
true
knows,
about it.
It knows. All right. Fucking like, yeah, this immense giant of a mutated drow, at the side of its face drooping, pustules creeping down its left side, its chest exposed, it's barely in a loincloth and like matted furs kind of like clinging to its back, reaches back to this just kind of like smashed together remains of a candelabra, right? Or a chandelier, sorry, not a candelabra. Chandelier, and it starts trying to play whack-a-mole with you, Ashes. You're still using your shield these days, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you don't even have to dodge out of the way. You're so robust and strong in your lichen form that you see this candelabra coming down and you basically, like, shield up and just to the side so that the blow hits and all momentum is deflected and slides off. And you just keep doing this over and over and over again. And for whatever reason, this thing seems pretty focused, right? They only seem to be doing this sweeping thing when they hit their first target. So it's just playing whack-a-mole with you now. That is the end of that turn. I need a volunteer to roll me a d20. Reminder, a 1, bad things happen. 5 or less, adds to the situation tracker and makes future bad things more likely.
I did the last one.
Zach did do the last one. He's kind of free on this one.
What did you want me to roll?
Someone roll me a d20.
There you go. It's a 2.
Not a critical one.
It's not a 1, but the situations tracker is going to tick up to a 4. And as you know,
Excellent.
reminder with the way the situations tracker works is if it hits 6, the pool is immediately rolled.
Yeah.
Even if you're in combat.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed. Back to the top of the turn, Matashtai, the lumbering giant that you have been facing off against that just smacked the Christ out of you, right? It falls to a firebolt through the eye. You can hear, though I do not think... Oh, you can just see Ashes to the southeast of you weathering the blows from another such figure. What do you want to do? I will say it hasn't mattered yet because people have either been mossy or they have gone around it, but any square that has this black stuff in it is filled with debris, so it is difficult terrain. I don't know if that matters to Matashtai or not, though.
Don't know, does it?
I don't know. You got a lot of dope monk shit, so at any given day, I'm not sure what you can and can't do.
I can walk on walls and ceilings and run across water. I don't know what difficult terrain stops me.
Difficult terrain, yeah. Well, so like walking on a ceiling is fine because it's like walking on the ground. Walking up a wall is fine because it's like walking on the ground. This is walking on like loose piles of gravel, right? So
okay.
This would still be difficult terrain for you. You know?
Okay.
Someone's gonna be in the comments. Loose gravel? That sounds like it's a liquid.
Sounds easier than a liquid.
Fuck off.
I'm in agreement.
All right, I've been vetoed. Roll me a DC 18 acrobatics check to run along the loose gravel like it's water.
I don't think I can get there even if I do, but there you go.
All right, you can run along the loose gravel like it's fucking water.
Yeah.
It's not gravel. It's just it's
10,
pummeled pillar, but it's basically amount to the same thing.
15, 20,
Bubbled pillar.
25, 30, 35, 40,
I got this kitty cat
45,
belly.
50. Hey, I can get there. Nice.
Hell yeah!
Alright.
I regret my decision immediately.
I start slashing. Nope, I missed.
Please hit J.
Good,
Please hit J. Please
Good.
confirm that critical.
good day to be old Matashtai.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, here's damage on the one that did hit. Then I'm going
15.
to Flurry of Blows
Flurry of blows incoming.
and use both of them to heal myself.
Oh,
Oh no.
damn it! It deleted your free. Something's up with. Oh, it happened in. It's wait.
A
Is it
4 than a
distance
7?
thing? No, it's just tokens are being weird. Sorry,
Oh.
anybody watching, I apologize. I can't really control these tokens right now, so their health bars and things like that are disappearing. They're set correctly. It's just something weird is going on with Roll20. It is what it is. So, I apologize. Okay, so Matashtai, you're going to heal yourself up a little bit. Sounds like a plan. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay. Zoran is going to follow your lead. He's going to run down a little ways, and then Ashes and Matashtai, you hear this kind of like piercing, not piercing, but this kind of like high-pitched whistle, right, from behind you. And then you see Zoran kind of like doing the almost kind of Naruto like ninja dash towards you, right? Like his two short swords whoosh, in his hands. Sorry, it's just one short sword in his hand. And then before he gets to you, you see shadow kind of blossom in front of him, and then he runs through it and appears on the other side of the drow, who now is actually flanked because he has too many individuals surrounding him. So Zoran's going to take his attacks at advantage. So that's a 25 and a 24, so that is going to be 26. All right, Bones, you're up.
Okay. I will whip dax.
Daggin' whipping.
Hold on.
I wanna throw this out that I think it's kind of understated what you built in the. Is it a harness or is it a like a vam brace?
They're like van braces.
Okay, like
Do you guys watch the Legend of Vox Machina?
yes,
Like-
yeah, I know
Okay,
exactly what
remember
you're talking about.
fucking- The little guy with the like metal arms.
Yep.
That's what I imagine it as, but a bone.
So like.
And
I think it's somewhat understated, right? Like, because we don't talk about a lot of the times for all of you, we don't talk about the crazy fucking cool magic items that you have. But Bones having designed his own kind of like bracers of returning, but with twists on them is really kind of neat. It's
Well,
very
that's-
fun scenario.
Hey, would right? So I can't ping. Would right here give me any kind of cover?
Yeah, it would give you partial cover.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna whip dax first. At Normie. Whoa. Let me see if that hits.
Specifically, it would
27.
give you partial cover from that mutated drow, right?
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Offhand sharpshooter.
God.
13 more damage.
32 and 13, 43?
And then I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
No, 45.
Yeah, 30, 34 plus 11 is 45.
Hell fucking yeah. Another 2 daggers, Serpent's Fang, and what, Windspike?
Yeah, wind spike offhand sharpshooter.
Through the air. Phew. Another 2 like shoulder shots. This thing is reeling, but still up. Ashes, you're up.
All right. Here we go. Time to put
Here
it
we go.
down. Here we go. No.
Put it down.
Putting her down.
21.
Yeah, that hits, absolutely.
Sorry.
13 and up.
20,
In point of fact, I
40.
think you can't miss this creature unless you critically fail.
Yeah, thanks for the temporary +5 weapon.
Yeah, thanks. You did it. What are you saying thanks to me for?
Thanks for peer pressuring me.
That
into
statue
doing-
could have cut your head off. Like, what the fuck do you know? Like,
You're welcome. I peer pressured you.
23, 27. Dear Lord. What's the 1d10?
The right damage.
What's the right damage then?
The Wait, sorry. Hold on. I gotta go look at it now, because... So there is...
That's his sexy beast modifier.
Well, so my concern my question is that two-handed damage versus one-handed damage? Is that what's going on?
What is the...
That's the only thing I can think
I
of
did not-
is for it being a 1d10. That sounds like, because a longsword is 1d8 one-handed and 1d10 two-handed.
Right.
So it sounds like that's just the long.
modifiers I should get are just the normal slashing damage.
Yeah.
The Feral Might and the Crimson Right.
Yeah.
And the Feral Might and
So
Crimson
it's just
Right are in
it's okay. It's just the top and the left. That's all I'm looking
How
at right
long
now.
has that been checked?
I don't know. It's fine. No big deal. Ashes goes to fucking work, right? Like, this thing is pulling its hand back from as Ashes has cut up its arm. Matashtai runs in, begins to stab and punch into it. Zoran blinks behind it, cuts down its back. And then Ashes steps forward and starts to cut about, stabbing and slashing up into its waist. And this drow looks incredibly hurt, but is still standing. Mavra is dead. Mossy is up.
Mossy. Okay, Mossy's he's in. He's doing things. Is he flanking right here?
Everyone is flanking now. Doesn't matter what your positions are. There are too many creatures surrounding this thing. So we're playing with optional rules now. When you get too much shit around you, you can't deal with it. Hit. Not a hit. Hits. My god. That's 38, 46 damage.
Mossy.
Yeah, I mean, most of you guys, aside from the occasional, like, jump thrust or, like, high kick or stab upwards, you're mostly attacking this thing's legs. And it doesn't matter how robust a creature is, if they have completely unprotected legs and you just are hacking and slashing and beating into them, they're gonna break, they're gonna fall, they're gonna bleed out. And that's exactly what this thing does. Basically, a turn goes by as you all are lacing into this thing, and it slows, collapses, and in the heartbeats afterwards, right? Assuming that you guys don't want to do otherwise, while it is falling, you all are dealing the killing blows to it.
Killing blow.
Yeah.
We're killing them with blows.
All right.
Do we?
The good news with that is that you did not make it to the end of a turn. There is no roll. The bad news of this is
Still a roll.
as you all know, as you all kind of like take this moment, this last giant mutated drow falls to the ground. You collect yourselves and you see, right, like a couple of you have been injured, not egregiously, but well, I mean, one somewhat egregiously. But you have had this encounter. It's possible that things have heard and maybe like been alerted by the noise generated by this encounter. And to make matters worse, as you're kind of like standing here in the aftermath, there is no payoff because you look eastward and it's just wall. You have walked to the back of this ballroom, fest hall, whatever this was, and in the words of Jay, you have been nibshit caught.
Nibshit.
Nibshit.
Also, bullshit. Can't believe this.
So immediately Zaron, right? Like Zaron teleports over next to this pillar, starts kind of like looking around, very kind of like unsure, cautious, immediately going back into stealth mode, right? What are all of the rest of you doing?
Let's see.
Well,
How hurt
I'll-
is everyone?
I'll close in. I'm not hurt at all.
You are the only one who took significant damage. Ashes and Zaron both took minor hits. Bones also got grazed by that initial boulder. But other than that, everyone is relatively healthy. You are the only one who took actual damage.
I'm gonna take I want to take like a quick.
I'm listening.
Just like
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Y'all keep
I
talking.
want to take a quick up and down this, or just not up and down. I want to go up this wall, like to the north, of, like going up this wall, just doing
Walk
a quick
the wall?
check. Yeah, just like a quick. Is anything going on? Check.
I would also be doing a little loop with my detect magic to see if anything pings, both, you know, secret passage, but also other things of note, if they do in fact exist.
I am going to try and hit myself with some heals.
Giggity.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You got a little, it's probably gonna bruise, buddy.
Yeah. I am a bruise. I am one bruise.
You're just
What
one
doesn't
giant
kill you
purple-
makes you stronger.
The left side of Matashtai is like bloodied and bruised. Yeah, absolutely. Even Mossy kind of like trundles over to you, Matashtai, and kind of like grumbles at you. And Bones and Ezra, you hear him say, "Why didn't you dodge?"
Suck on these alien nuts.
Oh, so now you're an alien.
I mean,
It's okay when I say it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
That's the world we live in. Got it.
Ezra and Bones are going up the side of the wall. Ezra,
How many heals can I hit myself with?
is
Is
there a
like
limitation?
a time factor here?
Oh, let's say 30 seconds is gonna pass in the next few moments, so that's 5.
Okay.
And you can
I'm
potentially
not gonna
keep
use
going
stuff.
after that, but yeah.
speed dagger in.
Burn all your key points.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm
yeah,
not doing
please,
key points.
please burn all your
Oh,
key
that's right.
points.
That's right. You can do just one hit
Jeremy,
without.
you can't attack us with a bunch of stuff. This is a stealth mission.
I can do whatever the fuck
So
I
I'm actually
want
using a
to
stack of
do.
healing for this.
No.
I am a level 3
Before.
DM right now. Thank you very much. I can do whatever I want to do. Ezra,
You're
Well, they
always
got me to
good.
half HP.
quick verification. Your detect
Nice.
magic goes through how much?
I'll click it for you.
Okay. And Bones, you are doing an inspection. If so, roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm just like I'm doing
Yeah.
a quick look. I don't want to spend like a ton of time. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I feel
looking
you.
for, like,
Absolutely.
Wood of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood or dirt. That's a perception check.
Yeah, I'm
Roll the
aware. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, I try to make you guys big. Ezra and Bones go up the side of the wall and a little bit around the edges of this back section of the room. Ezra, you find no immediate magical identification, no marker.
Pings.
Aside from the generalized
Magical
fusion of
Undermountain
magical nature of
crap.
this whole place. I want you to roll an Arcana check for me real quick. Your DC is going to be relatively high. It's going to be... Don't roll yet. Let me
Okay.
double check because I want you to know what this is first. Your DC... This is going to be a two-parter, potentially. Your DC is going to be... It's going to start at a 20, and then it's going to be a 16. So you need to beat a 20 first, and then if you do, you'll also do a second one for a 16.
Nope.
No?
I don't
Okay.
know why it went twice, but nope.
No worries. Do you want a sorcery point or anything like that? It's up to you.
No.
Okay, sounds like a plan. All right, Ezra, you detect nothing outside of that just general effusion of magic in this place. Period. Bones, on a 30
Hello.
perception, you find no secret tunnels, no hidden doors, no back alley scenarios, no traps, no hidden cubby holes, nothing. You find nothing.
We were truly nib shit caught.
But you do hear not words. You feel
Tunnel.
something
Tunnel.
warm and then cold and then warm, this kind of like ebb and flow, and you realize that it's coming from the heart of the mountain, and you don't hear words so much as you hear vibrations. There is something on the other side of this wall. There is something eastward. But there is no direct passage from here to there. You have to
Okay.
go elsewhere in order to get there.
Okay.
That is your dwarven stone coming. Stone
Yeah.
coming.
Ooh,
Stone
he's
coming!
coming.
That is your dwarven stone coming. God, I said it again.
Yeah, I love it. Cody's like coming.
Stone cunning coming into play on that
Stone coming.
30 there, okay?
Stone coming into play.
I let everyone. I said, there's something there, but no way to get to it from here.
Matashtai punched the crap out of himself, healing himself up.
I did not punch myself. I used Staff of Healing.
Matashtai goes
bonk,
as the
bonk,
staff
bonk,
of healing goes off. Ashes joins. Zeron comes up, but is still kind of like hiding near the pillars, kind of waiting in the wings for the party to decide what are they doing next.
Well, East was a bust, guys. I guess we got to give up.
Let's go back and go north.
North.
There's a tunnel on our way in.
We go north.
All right.
Okay.
I'll walk into the wall north.
I thought that was it. I'm over here like rapidly clicking back and forth between the scenes, trying to get it to not crash.
I mean,
Sorry.
what you need to do.
Oh fuck. Yay! Okay. If you guys want to wait, I will just cluster you and pull you all together.
Cluster me, daddy.
Cluster me,
Ooh,
daddy. Okay, it looks like
Ooh, hit me with that doo-doo cluster.
the rest of my peeps have left. What did you say about what? Excuse me? I know we were talking about
Don't
Jay
worry about
eating
it.
poop earlier, but like, what?
What? I missed that conversation.
Yeah, you missed that conversation.
That's
Why?
what I was talking about. That's what I came into, and I was very concerned. They were
Not only
talking
do I
about.
eat, but I also have a duck penis.
That was noted. Absolutely.
Okay.
Not you, Ashes.
I'm in character.
The sneezing is happening.
mean,
You gotta blow my
unless-
nose.
Unless Rachel has kept a secret for,
Secret.
3 years.
Not a secret.
Yeah, if you had a duck penis this entire fucking time that we've been friends and you never told me, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Like, that's something that you share with a friend.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, look.
Yes, you're not friends.
Everybody out there. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Everybody out there. Look, if you have a duck penis, you can share that with your friends. They deserve to know. That's wild. Alright.
Especially if it's spring-loaded.
The party makes their way back across this massive expanse of a fest hall ballroom scenario, leaving behind the 2 immense mutated drow, the mixture of blood and then greenish ichor kind of like oozing out of the various cuts across their bodies. You leave behind kind of like a sizzling, oozing set of corpses.
Gross.
You make your way to this northern section. And immediately you can see it pushes north a little ways into another set of these perfectly square 20 by 20 hallways lined with undulating drow figures in various states of fluid motion, most of which has some sort of sensual connotation. You feel this kind of like almost hazy pull in the back of your mind. It's like going through these places, being in this place is primal in nature, or is awaking some sort of like primal scenario. It's almost like what you might think in the beginnings of like a Neanderthal tribe or something like that, like drinking psychedelic liquid or something like that, right? Like it's not, you're not tripping at this point, but you are starting to feel this kind of like hazy wooziness in the back of your heads as you watch these kind of like undulating figures on the walls. It hooks left, back north, and then you can see immediately this set of double doors leading northward.
Okay. Well, this is Muriel's territory, so I don't know how much I can do, but quick trap check.
Quick trap check. Roll me a perception check.
Anything pinging on detect magic?
So nothing pinging on detect magic. I'm trying to keep pretty careful. I have your aura bubble up, so I'm kind of trying to keep pretty careful track of what comes into your field with that. 24. These massive obsidian doors are not locked. They do not appear to be trapped to you. There is a little kind of like weird lever door handle that you've seen on previous doors that you just kind of like pull upwards, and the whole door mechanism clicks open without any issue.
Okay. Quick listen.
So you're gonna like pop the door and just peek in. Roll me a stealth check.
All right. 26.
26. Okay.
Peeking.
26. We have 4 dice in the situations tracker. We are going to treat this like entering into a new location. So we are going to roll dice. 5, 4, 5, 5. Not a single 6 among them. Meaning that
Nothing happens.
you look into the chamber and you see no creatures. You do see other stuff, other information. you see before you a massive antechamber, at the floor of which looks to be sunken in a few places here or there, made with yellowed cobblestones, and you rolled a 24 perception. Yeah, I think high enough. As you're closing the door, you're because you're doing the sweeping glance real quick, and as you're kind of like closing the door, making sure you don't get caught by anything, you realized there's not cobblestones. It's yellowed because that's a floor made out of really old skulls.
Hey, Bubba. Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay. Old skulls generally break. So anyway, yeah. I didn't see anything. But the floor is skulls.
Is that like a metaphor or?
No, I'm very literal. It's skulls.
Like human skulls?
I don't know.
Yeah,
animal-
humanoid skulls.
Humanoid.
Yeah.
Concerning.
you hear this kind of like understated laugh behind you, Ezra, as Zaron in the back is like concerning.
I don't know. So like, just like, I don't know, shuffle or climb on the walls.
Okay.
Skulls break, and they're loud.
I will trust you as the bonesmith.
I am the bonesmith.
Me.
I open the door.
Door opens, and after a moment, you're all able to see this clearly, right? There is a massive antechamber. There are kind of like these sections of the floor that are sunken in, and as you see it before you, you can tell it's sunken in because these are places where these skulls have kind of collapsed. And indeed, the entire floor here is made of yellowed skulls. There is an open hallway leading west, and then a closed double door, much like the ones that you have just opened, leading eastward.
Well, if we continue, well, okay, so I guess we enter the room, right?
Sure.
I didn't detect anything. I think it's fine. I'm gonna do the shuffling thing. I'm gonna shuffle.
When do the skulls start? Immediately?
They're basically, I'll draw you a line. They're basically right across the threshold.
Oh, so it's just they're there.
They're there. Yeah.
Which
is a very
will walk...
strange scenario because you guys have been walking on black, either cobblestone or obsidian or onyx or various different types of like floors throughout this place, but they've all been, flat, smooth floors. These things aren't even like, they're not like lacquered. It's a bumpy ride before you. It's just domed skulls. And some of them you can see have been like maybe wiggled out of place because they've been rotated so they're on their side or the face is up or something like that, right? Like it's not all just tops of heads,
All right. So the idea is we're not supposed to touch the floor, right? Matt's probably got that on lockdown.
I reach a foot out and step on the wall.
Okay.
As I look at the east door, do I see what the line is at the east door?
Similar type of situation. So, basically, like you can if you get to the threshold of the door, you're okay. There's like this lip of dark granite or something, right? But just past it that's a horrible line. But you catch my drift.
Do we think that is where we're heading?
I mean, it eventually goes east, so
we've been
maybe
operating under head east.
maybe Bones and Matt head over there to confirm that's the way we want to go before I burn a 4th level spell to get me and Ashes over there.
I'd say
I've
Matashtai,
got-
you have no issue basically just like curving, leaning, putting a foot up, and starting to walk across the wall towards the east. Bones, the walls here are covered in the same kind of like drow iconography, so there's little like lines and niches and things like that that you could scrabble onto. Like you could hook your claws onto and use your climb speed to cross without stepping onto the skulls.
That's what I would enjoy doing.
Okay. Mossy, you know, can just
Go up in the wall.
go
Just
up in the
ignore
wall,
this trap
right?
entirely.
And Zaron can look at you and go, like, point over to the door
Yeah.
and just give you a thumbs up. Like, he'll just bamf over there. He's fine.
I've got potions of climbing. I could just like sidle across the wall, right?
You could do the exact same thing that Matashtai and Bones are doing.
Can you carry me?
Matashtai is walking across the.
Oh, hey, how heavy are you, Ezra? Are you light?
You go-
go
in the
do some
bag for a
math real
moment?
quick. I need to
No,
do
let's
some
go
math
out.
real quick. I mean, if Ashes is going to do that, I am assuming he can
I
carry
would
me.
rather you have your slot.
Yeah, me too. I got a plan. It just depends how heavy you are.
134 plus 46.
Okay, he's a little baby, and Mossy's strong as fuck. Can Mossy just be like, reach his little arms out of the wall, and just be like,
He can try. Yeah, I see
I
what
don't
you're
like
going
the
with.
try piece of this.
Well, the scenario is going to be like Mossy can totally like meld with the wall and come out of it wherever he wants. The issue is he's got to hold Ezra while also being melded with the wall and moving sideways, basically. So
Okay,
so
what
it would
about
be
this?
it'd be like a sleight of hand check or a dexterity check or something like that.
I'd feel more comfortable wrapping a death grip around Ashes' neck, but that's
okay,
just
but what
me.
about this? What about this?
That's on you, I
Mossy
like
has
it.
3 arms.
He does, but very specifically the way that Zorn are
Do
built.
you know how
his,
yeah.
his one arm is here, one arm is here, and one arm is the fuck over here, right? So
no, I understand that. I
it's
understand
very
that.
difficult for him to get 3 arms in one
Right.
direction.
Okay, but so what I'm getting at is he's got 2 arms that are pretty far apart.
Yeah.
So can he stick them out of the wall and use the rest of himself to anchor and let Ezra just step across his claws?
And he'll like slowly turn and move sideways to just continuously provide
Actually, depending on how this, you could have Mossy do that, and then not really worry about anything. It would come down to a balance check from Ezra.
Yeah, that
basically.
sounds terrible. I would rather
You
just
don't-
death grip
you don't think you
Ashes.
can balance on him?
No,
Okay,
my
well-
dexterity is garbage.
All right, well, like there's a little
well-
bit of chatter back and forth of like it definitely seems like it's
appreciate
possible.
the concept. I
Yeah,
want to be
yeah.
clear. I appreciate the concept, but when it comes to anything that isn't intelligence, constitution, or charisma,
Ezra's not the boy.
maybe not a strong
fair.
suit.
Just give your feet a talking to.
Give him a talk.
I do regularly.
Charisma your
Alright,
feet to listen to you.
charisma your feet, he
Whatever.
says.
Me
Alright,
and
fair
Mossy go to the other side.
Mossy can easily make it over there.
Do you want to pop one of them potions and have me
Yeah,
death grip? Can you
absolutely.
hold the?
I've got
200
3.
pounds?
You can have one yourself if you'd like.
That's no check. If you pop the potion of climbing, there's no check. You just go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's go for it.
I'll,
It's a resource we haven't had a need for, so
I mean, it's a very
No,
simple resource for Ashes to create, too. Like, Ashes could be creating potions of climbing left and right to just have you guys climbing stuff whenever the fuck you want.
God,
so, like,
what are you doing with your life, Ashes?
Well, the thing is, I don't have the like base materials to do that on the regular, unless that's
What
one
are
of the.
you doing with
potions
your
of
life?
climbing are just like potions of healing. They
Base
only
mats.
require base materials, so you don't need specialized anything. They're a
Yep.
common potion.
Yeah, don't have those mats. I have
Okay,
like
so
uncommon mats.
before we drink a bunch of potions and
Sorry
shit,
about
I just do a quick check on this door, make sure there's no trap. Take a little lesson.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, I just before everyone gets over here, like I don't
Yeah, yeah.
want to do all this. Shit
Um,
and then us
sure.
leave.
Matashtai is over there with you. Mossy is over there. Zoran is waiting. He keeps looking to the south, looking to the west, trying to kind of gauge what's going on. 23. Let me double check.
Not a 30.
Huh?
I said it's not a 30, but you know, it's not bad.
It's still good. Yeah, absolutely. Lovely.
Look at that.
No, this does not seem to be trapped. Does not seem to be locked. As far as you can tell, the door works the same as the other doors that you've come across so far. A little push mechanism or lift mechanism, and the door opens. Are you
Okay.
Are you just gonna, now that you've inspected it, are you gonna hold and wait, or are you gonna go on through?
I'm gonna hold and wait until everyone's like on their way before I open it.
Okay. Are we popping potions of climbing for Ashes and Ezra?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and mark
pull
those
them out.
off. And then Ashes and Ezra, you're both able to. It's weird. So, Ashes, you're in lichen form. You already have claws, right?
Yeah.
Your claws don't like elongate or anything like that, but you feel this tingling on your fingers. And you know, without really giving it a second thought, you latch over and start to climb. It's very awkward, right? Like shimmy climbing across this wall towards the doorway. Ezra, you have no claws, and you do not grow claws. You feel this tingling in your fingers, and you being a significantly more analytical individual, and also not covered in fur, kind of like bring your hands up to your eyes. And do you have your eyes of minute seeing or whatever on you?
Most of the time.
Okay.
If nothing, they're on my forehead.
Right? So,
One of
like,
those.
it's very easy for you to, if you need to pull them down if you're not already. And you can see, you basically, like, do the Spider-Man thing where there's, like, little hooks growing
that's
out
creepy.
of your
That's
fingers
creepy.
now, right? And you're like, oh, ugh. But you, like, put a hand over on the wall and you feel it connect, and it feels solid, and you kind of start to work your way across this wall without really any issue. So we come over to this point. You do realize that there's only so much space for people on this threshold, so Bones, as people get over here, you are going to have to open the door if people want to actually, like, land on the threshold.
Yeah, just like when they're like on the way, I
Yep.
go ahead and open it.
Door opens. Go ahead and open. And you see another one of these perfectly symmetrical hallways leading eastward. And you're all able to kind of like slowly filter in. Zoran bamps across.
Mhm.
And that is that. The tunnel, or the hallway, leads east. I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, I think without a lot of issue, you all
Hey guys, there's a
can.
weird thing on that wall right there.
Huh?
The wall, it's weird. Look at it.
Yeah, without like any sort of issue or anything like that. Bones, you can see that the wall looks very strange. In fact, it looks much like the wall did when you first came down to the 10th level of Undermountain. In that hallway where all the shattered mirrors were and everything, and Wolf had kind of like, you know, been horribly kind of like destroyed, right? You found that wall that was just kind of like this weird, very obviously faux wall. This seems to be a very similar situation.
Oh, this is one of those ones where we walked through it, right?
And
Look at
Ezra,
me.
as you kind of approach, you feel a magical presence coming from the wall, right? Your detect magic's still up. You can feel that there is a sort of enchantment and transmutation about this wall. Zoran's going to go over to this corner and start looking up because he is not as versed when it comes to these particular. So what do you guys want to do?
I think it's like the first try and walk through it. I mean, if that's the vibe I get, if it's like the when we first got here.
Wonderful.
I'm just
Roll
gonna try
me
and
a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not terrible at those.
I have advantage on that because I'm a phantom. A 9. I rolled a 9.
You basically try to like forcefully body your way through the door, or through the wall, and you smash yourself into the wall. You take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Damn. Can you dodge?
No, you don't see it coming.
That's bullshit. I see the wall coming.
And
No,
he didn't
you
see
don't.
it coming.
You don't see yourself coming. Get out of here.
Giggity.
You feel as if your body tries to push through in a very similar fashion to the prior wall, and then it kind of gets shoved back. So you know that you can do this. There's just something awry. You just didn't do it right. Perhaps.
Okay. I try harder. I take a running start.
Okay.
Platform 9 3/4 strats.
I will say, I will give you it. Oh, you already have advantage. Well, you have advantage on this roll.
Yeah. 16.
Okay. Ash or Bones backs up against the wall, or the opposite wall, and sprints across the hallway and disappears onto the other side of the wall.
Yeah, I did
Mossy
it.
follows behind.
Oh, you just walk, huh?
I mean, Mossy goes up
Mossy
underneath.
cheats.
Yeah, Mossy
makes more
cheats.
Earth Elemental strats.
Mitch, you're muted.
You're
Are
muted
we
if you're
following
talking.
in, or are we just letting Bones look around first?
We'll wait for the blood curdling screams.
I mean, he didn't really tell us which way, so wait.
Bones. You
Hello.
walk into this, or well, you sprint into this place, and you catch yourself kind of like skirt across the ground for a second, and you see yourself in a small, kind of like hidden alcove. You see to the east of you a statue of obsidian. Depicts a scowling female elf wearing a crown of spiders, holding aloft a scourge threateningly. Her hair is held high by a menacingly spiky circlet.
Sweet. There's a statue.
See nothing else in.
Okay.
What does the statue look like again?
It's a drow.
Looks like a very kind of like imperious drow priestess, kind of like about to flail someone. Pretty much.
I'm gonna, I guess, do a quick look around the wall and the statue and just see. Why is it behind a secret wall? That's what I want to know.
Roll me a perception check.
I'm perceiving it normal. Perceive. That's a natural 1, aka a 10.
Very well crafted, beautiful, a little haunting, very intimidating. No secret passages, no secret compartments as far as you can see without touching the thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
Interesting. I said, hey, Moss, go get Ezra.
Moss stretches through the wall, comes up from beside you, Ezra. You feel a little rumble, and then Mossy comes out of the earth next to you.
Is Bones okay?
He grumbles at you and says, "Said come get you."
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Is he okay?
fine. Perturbed.
Okay. Maybe start with that next time.
Okay.
I communicate to the guys that he wants me to go through. And I try pushing through.
Alright, roll me Constitution saving throw. Mossy goes under the ground again. Disappears. Do you have advantage?
No.
You all watch as Ezra shoves his face into the wall. He comes away with a little scrape on his face.
I'm gonna go heat up some tacos. I'm hungry.
Takes 1 bludgeoning damage.
I remember this from last time. I try pushing again. This pain.
16. Pushes on through. It's annoying. It feels weird. It's almost kind of like you're pushing your face into what feels like solid stone for a second before it gives, but it's scratchy and it's unpleasant as you're kind of like pushing through this wall that decides, oh, I guess things can walk through me all of a sudden, and then you're through. And on the other side, you see Mossy and Bones standing before this statue of an imperious elven woman, hair held aloft by a crown of thorns, a flail raised in the air. Looks like she's about to lash the shit out of someone.
As drow are often want to do.
Any pings immediately from detect magic?
This statue is incredibly magical. Oh my
Okay.
god,
Yeah.
this thing is waves and oodles of magic. Holy
Oodles.
fuck balls, Batman.
The magic
Conjuration,
is
specifically.
unreal. Oh, joy. But there's nothing that's anything else in the room that is flagging as.
Nope. The wall that you
Oh, no.
came through, the statue
Yep.
itself.
I'm gonna note that to Bones and then try and ascertain if there's a trigger or anything of note on this statue.
Roll, on the statue. Perception or investigation. You could roll me either.
Does investigate get advantage with my spectators?
Sure.
I'm asking before I roll just so that we know what.
Yeah, we'll say yes on this.
23.
23. You see no switch, no button, no obvious depression or hidden pocket, nothing of note. This is an incredibly well-made, beautiful, haunting, intimidating statue.
That would be my primary focus at the moment, just because it is a blossom of magical energy.
Sure.
I would potentially look at expanding my investigation, but that depends on what the rest of...
Sounds like a plan.
is done.
While that is happening, Zaran kind of steps up to Matashtai and Ashes and kind of gestures at the wall and being like, they've been gone for a moment. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of like look at it with like half my like body still kind of fucked up. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
That was, all I can say is I am sorry for what happened to you, but I'm glad you got hit, not me.
And I'll kind of like kind of give it like
I look at him and I turn to Ash and said, I wish he got hit.
well, now's the time. Now that I'm wearing this. But hey, that boulder catch, bro? Fucking right? Like
I give him some.
Zaran looks
knocks.
at you and says, that was very impressive. Did that hurt? It
Yep.
looked like it hurt. Ooh.
It hurt.
What was
Mhm.
that? Second. There was a blue leg that kind of came out.
Oh, that's my girl Valena.
Excuse me?
Oh, your girl.
She's a spirit that inhabits my body.
he does the blink guy thing. He just excuse me.
I'm gonna try and like let her reveal for just a moment to wave and then disappear.
Yeah, there's you have been feeling this more immediate and intense connection with Valena ever since for a while, but enhanced since you have obtained the bracers of Boldre. You just think about it, and for a moment you feel Valena kind of like chuckle in your mind, and then you feel this moment where it's almost kind of like it's not an out of body experience for you. It's more like a emptying of your body for you, right? Because you feel her slightly step out of your body, and Ashes, you see the blue becoming familiar outline and vision of Valena, and Saran just like eyes go wide, mouth doesn't like drop but does open a little, and Valena kind of like waves at him and then steps back into you, Matashtai. And Zoran's just like, all right, okay, so I'm not the only crazy, special, weird one. Cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Also, I hold Zalara and like, this is a person.
He looks at you, Ashes, and he's, you're not special. This is a person, and he holds up his short sword.
Oh,
You're not special.
Like,
okay.
I kind of like I
House.
was holding Tamakiri like this, and I just kind of let him slum. It's like Tamakiri's not a person.
half of House Breath has like weapon people. You're not special.
Oh, I was just trying to participate in the conversation.
I'm kidding. Your sword is a person? That's amazing. What do you mean your sword is a person? This is not a person. This does shit, but it's not a person. What are you talking about? A person? What?
Yeah. This is Zalara. She's
A person.
been around for a while.
Zaran, just without missing a beat, just goes, "Hi, Zalara." She can't respond to it.
Yeah, she did. It's a one-way.
She says in your mind, "Is this guy an idiot?
No, he's cool.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
God.
He almost stole my soul with his sword.
Oh, well, maybe I should be more friends with him than you."
I mean, he's pretty cool.
There's okay. Again, Matashtai, you're very familiar with this. Zaran is not. You see Zaran wave and say hi, Zalara, and then Ash's face just goes slack-jawed for a second, and you know he's having a conversation with Zalara. But Zaran does not know that. So Zaran just kind of like, after a few moments, Zaran just kind of like looks over at you, Matashtai, and gives you these weird eyes like, is he okay?
Oh, sorry. I was just talking to Zalara. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm good.
He nods, and you're both trained on insight, so you both realize he's contemplating whether or not you have an imaginary friend.
Good.
Like, Zaran knows that you all are badass. Like, you're all very competent individuals, but you're also all very weird, and he's also very weird, so he's like, how weird is this person? What is their deal? What X situation do they have going on, right?
It's funny. I have no way to prove that Zalara really exists.
At least kind of take your word for it.
Well, the only other individual that has actually been able to interface with Zalara has been Matashtai due to his telepathic capabilities, and less so his telepathic capabilities and more the pre-existing connection that he has with Valena. Valena is able to reach out and connect to Zalara as a kind of like incorporeal being, basically, like two souls that are used to just floating about a little more, right? Having a little looser connection than the bodies that you two inhabit, basically. So,
I do share with him that I can also speak telepathically, because I don't know if I've shown or explained that to him yet. So I just kind of give him a heads up and say, if you need to talk and we can't talk out loud, just give me a wink.
he nods at you and he says, I've seen you do something. I didn't know what was going on. That was maybe some sort of like code or sign language between you all.
Yeah, just, a little brain talk.
Good to know. Good to know. And he gives you this appraising look like, because you've experienced this before. The question that always comes with the idea of telepathy is, oh, you can get in my head. Oh, you can get in my head. So he kind of like gives you this appraising look, like he's kind of assessing.
I give him a wink and I say, I won't tell anyone.
Ooh. Oh no.
Roll me an insight check, Matashtai.
Oh yeah, that you get stabbed right then and there.
You're about to lose your soul, my man.
Ah, shit.
Roll me an insight check, Matashtai.
All right, there you go.
Don't you have advantage on those? Because you're.
I do actually. There you go. Here's a second. Let's see if I crit. Nope. I do not.
25, 27. He knows you're fucking with him. He winks. He winks at you. At this point, though, he does kind of like gesture towards the wall and he'd be like, "Do we need to go in?"
Kind of thinking we should, just so we're not out in the open at this point.
Kind of like looks around. He says, "That's not a bad idea."
I go to step into the wall.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. To Sean.
Ezrah, you and Bones and Mossy are kind of like taking everything in, trying to be cautious, not touching anything, but inspecting around, looking around the edges of the room, looking at the statue.
Oh, the third time you said not touching anything. I start touching things.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god.
Matashtai steps through the wall.
Ezra actively avoids touching.
I try to specifically, because I try not to rope you guys into things until you tell me specifically that you are doing X, because I try not to. I don't want to force a trap or a curse or thing on you, right? Exactly. So I'm explicit about that for a reason. But if you want to touch stuff, Bones, you are more than welcome to touch stuff.
He said he wants to touch stuff.
Only one thing in the room to touch, and that's the statue.
You can touch the walls.
I mean, fine, you can touch the walls. They're walls.
We don't know that.
Myself.
I mean, between your perception and his perception and your magic, you are convinced that they are just walls.
It's a really good mimic.
They are really good mimics. The wall mimics are really good mimics. Zoran looks at you, Ashes.
See you on the other side.
There it is.
Mash your face into the wall.
There it is.
And Zoran looks at you and he says, "Will I?"
Maybe.
And before you do anything else, he is going to step through the wall. Step through the wall without issue. And now Ashes is the only one.
I am disappointed.
Ashes, you take.
Jesus, he has a +7.
You take
and he rolled a 19.
4 bludgeoning damages. You confidently smash your head into the.
I'm in Viking form. Is it magical bludgeoning damage?
Technically, it is from a magical wall. So you know what? Yes, it is 4 magical damage.
Okay.
I caught myself. I was gonna be like, no, it's not. But wait a second, that's a magic wall. Are you gonna keep trying?
Yes, Jeremy, we're gonna keep trying.
Roll me another Constitution saving throw.
If Ezra can do it.
There.
Simple, easy peasy. On the other side.
You hear another.
Perfect time. What did you? Perfect time as you all step through. And Bones, are you touching the statue?
No, I'm touching shit. Fuck it.
Bones disappears. There's a whoop whoop whoop, and Bones is gone.
A whoop, like an alarm, like a whoop 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 alarm.
Like a.
So my detect magic is up. Can I tell what the fuck is happening as it's happening?
You can roll me an Arcana check.
I can certainly do that.
Less No.
Or was that a whoop 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 like a Star Trek sound?
19.
Bitch, what the hell, boy?
Did he try to get it?
Yeah. He tried to get
And
the
then
plate back out of him.
And then he ran
Oh,
over
shit.
and laid
He
down.
ran and laid down. He's like, I've been good. I don't know what you're
I
talking
didn't
about.
do nothing. Ezra.
liar.
Yes, you are able to, with a 19 Arcana, as this is happening to Bones, you are able to detect magic is up, you read the magic as it's happening, it wraps around Bones, you hear this audible noise, then Bones disappears, and you're able to tell that the magic of the statue has teleported Bones away from this location to some other spot. I did not see what was going on, unfortunately.
PX half made it up the couch before he bailed out. It was
Aw.
entertaining.
He does that.
Awesome.
Oh, look
He's
at him. He's so excited. Oh, he's biting.
He biting.
Fight your
So
hook.
yeah, Ezra,
Stop.
you are
Yeah.
able to you realize, right, like this statue has just teleported Bones somewhere.
Shit. Yeah, he's gone.
I
Do we
feel
follow?
Good.
All right, well, he's dead. Let's continue. Bye, guys.
Okay. Yep. Rest in
He's
peace.
gone.
Rest in pieces, Bones.
Curiosity did, in fact, kill
Kill
the
the cat.
Did it
Good day.
actually kill the cat? Aw, poor Otis Babotery.
All right,
Poor
Zalara,
Otis
you ready to
Babotery.
go? Here we go. Touch.
Ashes, tongue-in-cheek, is making these off comments and then just strides over and
Yep.
touches
And
the
there we go.
statue.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's
You're
what we're
insane.
doing.
You're insane.
Insane in the membrane.
Ashes disappears.
Insane in the brain.
God. Hold up. Do I still have a sending stone to Bones?
Oh,
I don't know, do you?
I don't know.
All right,
Well,
let's go next. I
If
swear to
that's
God,
happening,
boy.
that's
I
happening.
have a sending stone. I don't know where it goes though.
Last I remember, the Legion had the other half.
Yeah, I think your friend, your captain friend in the Legion, the guy who was in the dragon portal room, he has it, right, as your like liaison to the Legion, I believe.
Or
Was it Lurkana
no,
instead?
I think we got it back from the Legion. We gave it to them during the war, the battle,
Maybe that
and
was
I
it.
think we gave it back to the sorry,
I have
this
both sending stones in my bag.
Skull Takers?
yeah, thank you, them.
Probably it's
Maybe.
with the Skull Takers. Then.
Or we have them and haven't disseminated them. I don't know.
Entirely possible.
I have both in my bag, but that doesn't mean they're actually there. They're just marked there.
Well, I mean, especially if you gave them to the Skull Takers, it's still very likely that they would be both in your bag.
I think I did.
All right, Ashes disappears.
Ezra steps forward, following suit.
I also saw Matashtai step forward. Is that happening?
Yeah, I guess we're going through.
I look back and I shrug at what's his nuts and
You all leave. You leave Mossy and Zeron behind. Mossy turns and murders Zeron, and then
you never trust me.
disappears into the darkness for the rest of forever. No. There's a moment behind each of you. There's this boom, 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 as each of you touches the statue in turn, and you all appear after a few moments elsewhere, but all standing next to each other in a very similar chamber, next to a very similar statue. This one, however, depicts a handsome male drow in a webbed robe, fists clenched, and his head kind of like bowed and tears just streaming down his face.
Weird.
There is a door to the south. Ezra, you can tell that this door is magical, much like or wall to the south, magical, much like the one that you just went through. The statue itself is magical. But there is something of very important note as you have been teleported by this statue, and that is that general suffusion of magic is gone. The place that the place that you have stepped in, the place that you have stepped in, not the Undermountain magic. That's still here, right?
Oh, okay.
But there was this thick layer of something that you were in Mural's Gauntlet, in the temple complex of Obsidia. Whatever that is, doesn't seem to reach to this location.
Like a sense of ominous or something of that nature with a magical undertone.
Yeah, that was what it was like previously, right? Like there's this.
Yeah, that's what I'm correlating it to. That has been dissipated.
That is gone. Yes,
area.
yeah. You have gone beyond the bounds of whatever that is.
I'm gonna point at the door to the south, or the door to the south.
Awesome. I think it is at that point that we go ahead and take our break. The party continues, has defeated the mutant drow, has continued to search through the temple complex of Obsidia through Mural's Gauntlet on their way to try to find the eastern fringes of House Avrendar and rescue Dirzana Freth. They found their way into a hidden area with a teleportation statue, and now Ezrah feels they are beyond the bounds of some sort of ominous magic. But whether that is going to be a good thing or a bad thing, we'll see when we get back from break. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.